What tube? What tube? What part of the? What tube are you in now?
It can be a terminal. Terminal doesn't have any goblet cells.
Right. So this is a bronchiole. Why? Presence of goblet cells. If it was ciliated columnar, low columnar, with no goblet cells in the land of the lungs, there could be a terminal bronchiole. If there's cartilage in the wall, it's a bronchus. Alright? It's not too hard. What is fascinating about this, Roy, is what? The well-developed smooth muscle. See? Roy, you want us to say something on this? As it relates something with asthma to do with all of this? What do you have to say now? Any comment? Okay, maybe not. Alright. Dr. Thomas says maybe your pathology is not to that level yet. So we will just stick with what? The basic anatomy. Alright? Very good. So there we can see what? A lot of mucus production. Alright. But Roy, when you get these asthmatics now, I just want to ask you, are they going to respiratory distress? Just as you are more into this, these asthmatics are coming to bust a man to...
Yes?
You said it already. And they come into this respiratory distress and a lot of this
Straight
mucus,
up.
what is in it? Mucus production.
I really don't know how much background stuff you all have done, but the asthma is related to the inhalation of a lot of foreign material which we simply can call antigens. The antigens come in, and then there are cells that mask cells that are present within the walls. The antigens react with the mast cells, and a lot of substances are produced. Bradykinin, slow reacting substance of anaphylaxis, adenosine, potassium, and then these substances change the vascularity of the blood vessels that are present, so there is more leakage of fluid into the interstitium and swelling of the surface layers. So ultimately, the lumens, which are pretty small, or the lumina, become filled with fluid, and there is increased difficulty in increased airway resistance. So when you listen to them, you can scarcely hear any air flowing along the tract. You just get a lot of wheezing. If it is very, very tight, you mightn't hear anything, but the person has significant respiratory distress. And this is where your substances like aminophylline, this is what we use quickly, and other things, because not only do they become tight, but they also, the smooth muscle will contract as a result of the increased adrenaline, the activation of alpha-1 receptors within the areas. And also there is the congestion related to the increased amount of fluid in the lumen. So the mucus plus the fluid blocks the passages, and they are in significant distress. What happened is that I'm just remembering a lady who was having significant distress. When I went to she had been coming to the hospital over and over, but this time she really was tight. And by the time I went to see her, she was dead. I opened up the body, and all that she had inside the respiratory tree was just a little mucus that was present. But it just shows how they can become dry, the mucus can become very thick, adherent to the wall, and so they need a lot of fluids as well in terms of hydration, to help, plus the aminophylline and the salbutamol and these substances we use to dilate the smooth, relax the smooth muscle and to get fluid into them.
Even before you develop asthma, normally we all need that, under normal circumstances, we all need the smooth muscles to regulate the caliber of the bronchioles so that we will have a optimal airway resistance. Thank you.
The question, how would it differ for cystic fibrosis?
Sorry?
How would it differ from asthma? Someone with asthma differ from someone with cystic fibrosis?
Well, fortunately, our population doesn't see a lot of cystic fibrosis. But in cystic fibrosis, you have that cystic fibrosis sometimes referred to as mucoviscidosis. So that the mucus is very, very thick, and this is related to the relating to trypsin. Trypsin. So even within the pancreas, the mucus is so thick that the pancreas, what it produces, cannot come out. Fortunately, it affects the pancreas more than the lung, so you don't get as much of the asthma problem with cystic fibrosis.
Alright, so I think I thank Roy and Dr. Such for those comments. I somehow remember dissecting, but very vaguely, because we get a lot of donated one baby that died. I'm trying to remember of an asthma attack. I don't want to talk too much, but I remember doing this, where I asked Roy, I remember doing this dissection on this baby, and what I found in the respiratory tree was just like jello. Thick mucus, the whole respiratory passage. You could see this poor child could never survive. Just thick gelatinous stuff in there. Alright. Okay. So there you can see now, just want to underline for you once again that the diagnostic importance of finding and looking carefully at the epithelium for goblet cells. And as I look at this, I see more and more goblet cells. There's another goblet cell right there. Okay? So we know therefore that we are in the bronchiole. Okay? Not a terminal bronchiole, because the terminal bronchioles lack goblet cells. And the epithelium here is still what? Very much pseudostratified columnar ciliated. So this is really a beautiful picture of respiratory epithelium. So we go back to low power and look at this lung. Alright. Okay. So there we see a lot of alveoli here. That's a blood vessel right here. That's a large vein. And we see this boy here now. Let's look at this fella here. Alright, let's see what we see right here. Alright. So as we come across the tubes, we will try to identify them.
You want them now?
Okay.
Come on, flash drive. I think.
Alright.
I'm ready
So,
to meet it.
alright, so what we're looking at is here, so this part of the tube is different to over here. Okay? This is what? Now it's something a little strange that right here. I really can't account for these cells that have just landed like UFOs right on the screen. Right? This is very strange. Those pale cells that have just landed. Whoa. Those pale cells look very, very strange. I don't know where they've come from. But other than that, if they were absent, this would be what? Columnar, low, because in some places low columnar epithelium. I really don't pick up any goblet cells along here. But this part of the tube is different to this part of the tube. Okay? So this is what? That's a little alveolus budding off right here.